to request that we tone down in trying to discuss these issues. They are not issues that are, I would imagine that these issues are not targeting specific individuals. They are issues of accountability. We don't have to hide them. We are equally human beings, that when an issue is highlighted in a particular office, as leaders, we need to accept responsibility. Now I want to just let the members understand that there is a system by the Auditor General's office which is used. My good friend Chris Obori mentioned that the Auditor General has apologized and said there are mistakes that were committed. Before the Auditor General writes a report, final one, there is what they call an exit meeting. Actually, there is a letter called a management letter, which is written to an entity that has been audited. And in that meeting, in that letter, they are highlighting the issues of concern by the Auditor General. And then there is what they call an exit meeting. In the exit meeting, the entity is supposed to clarify on certain matters. So I'm imagining that the payroll that Greece is having should have appeared during the exit meeting to the officers from the Auditor General's office. That notwithstanding, I think we need to be conversant with even the processes of letting the population understand that holding leaders accountable is not a crime. I was a chairperson of the Local Government Accounts Committee. And we had a program that we were running called GAP. It was Governance, Accountability, and Participation. That program in Parliament wanted to involve the population in the management of their affairs, in the accountability system. And it worked. We would go out there and work with the communities, take the Auditor General's report, we discuss it with them and say the Auditor General highlighted these issues in respect of your district, in respect of your sub-county, and you would see the population reacting, contributing even to the gaps that might have been missing in the Auditor General's report, giving even more clarity in respect of what was contained in the Auditor General's report. So the exhibition for me acts as a highlighter on some of those issues that we think need to be understood by the population. For example, an issue to do with rewards. I am on record saying rewards are not bad. It is a practice in public service that when people retire, they are given a retirement package. So in this case, I think the reward in the office of the leader of opposition has become an issue in the exhibition because of the way it was handled. The office of the leader of opposition is a noble office and should be regarded as such. Actually, the rewards in the office of the leader of opposition should not be dependent upon the interests and possibly the mood of the speaker. These should have been discussed and made clear so that whoever goes into that office can know that I'm entitled to this, I'm not entitled to that. I can possibly talk about the official leave that is given to the speaker and the spouse. When I became leader of the opposition, I came to learn that among the many benefits that the leader of opposition is entitled to, it is the same entitlement with the cabinet ministers. That one, they understand it's a busy office and sometimes you don't even get time with your spouse. So in the wisdom of those who were before us, they thought that every year, once in a year, the leader of opposition, the speaker, the cabinet ministers, the prime minister is entitled to a working leave. Working leave, mark the words, out of the country with the spouse. You are going to work just like we always go for work out of the country. Either you are going for a conference, either you are going for a benchmarking trip, or you are going for a study in respect of parliamentary duties. then you can be allowed to go with your spouse. That is why even when we have visiting delegations here, there will be someone in charge of the visiting spouses. At that time, the imagination is that their countries have allowed them to come with their spouses. When they reach here, they are treated nicely. So, and that leave, at least for me, the one I took, never went beyond 7 days. I was given one as a leader of the opposition. I can attest to the fact that I went out twice for 2 financial years with my spouse. I've seen cabinet ministers going out. I remember my old brother, the Dr. Crispus Chionga, did mention that at some point he went for that working leave to a place where his son was studying from. That is a known fact. And I think it is healthy. But
Thank you, Honorable.
when it comes
Honorable,
to
can
saying
I
they are giving
interject?
an officer leave
Hello,
and it is for a
Honorable.
whole month, yes, please.
Let me stop you there for a minute,
Yeah.
and I'll pick it up with you later. I just, Chris, when we got an interruption while you were still making the comment that you are making, but I wanted to know from you. I mean, you say the data has the problem. Everyone on the call now, Agatha has said her data is on solid ground. Are you able to provide to us now the accurate data so that we have, because ultimately what we all want is the truth. Agatha stands by the information, the schedules she's posted. She promises to post more. You say there's a problem with the data. What is the accurate data? Are you able to share it with us now? Yoko?
Hagai, I can hear you. I see Chris Obore's microphone is muted. Probably speaking, but is muted. Mr. Obore, if you're speaking, you're muted.
Are you hearing me
Yes.
now?
Yes.
I was saying, first of all, some people said when your thing got interrupted, that Chris Obora has run away. It is good you have explained to them that your system got interruption.
Yes.
And that is part of the problem you have in Uganda. Everything is interpreted the way people want to interpret it. First of all, you need to also to know when you're exhibiting that, like Honorable Winnie Kiiza has been elaborating, there are processes of handling public business. Honorable Winnie Kiiza knows even the staff in her office, before they became civil servants, they had to swear an oath of allegiance, and oath of secrecy. So the operation of a public servant is not the operation of Haggai, that go and pick the information and bring here.
So, if I may understand you well, Chris, I imagine that this is public information, and there would be no. Is there? Have you sworn an oath of secrecy
You
on